Okay guys, I'm back again with DNA tests. So this may be lengthy, I'm not sure. We'll see how this goes. So DNA tests. These are going to be blood samples. These are going to be cheek swabs. There are several laboratories that do these. UC Davis, Embark, Paw Print. You can go on OFA, and I will include, as you always, a link to the tests, but you can look up what your breed can be tested for. You can look up the labs. So I have labs selected. So there's animal genetics, there's antigen, Auburn, Clemson, Cornell, Embark. It lists the breeds. It lists what they'll test for. The list goes on and on. Like I said, I mean, there's a lot of places in here, and I won't bore you with scrolling through all those. But yeah, like all breeds, and then it gets Golden Retriever specific. But we're going to go over here to my UC Davis login, and I'm just going to log into my VGL, and I'm going to hit order test for dog. So you're going to type in the animal's name. You're going to type in the registration number, the sex. You're going to fill everything out on here. It's got my information on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the Golden Retriever panel right here. Not hard to find. The basic panel is $130. It covers ichthyosis 1, ichthyosis 2, CMS, DM, NCL, PRA 1 and 2, PRCD, PRA, and SAN. It's got all those included for $130. Now, if you are like me and you want to be a little bit lazy, you go all the way down here and see this. I don't want to have to get the results and then send them on my own to OFA, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to automatically click all the panels that I want sent to OFA without me having to send them myself. Now, as soon as UC Davis gets done processing the report and saying what my dogs are, if my dogs are carriers for something, if they're clear for something, it's going to automatically send those to OFA. I don't have to do anything. It's a done deal. Just click and send. Now, I can provide my own swabs, or I can ask them to send me swabs. It's a little bit easier if you just have them send them. If you're not in a hurry, just have them send them. And make sure you read this. So it was $130 for the basic, but because I want the entire panel sent to OFA, it's $90. So each exam, I'll unclick these so you can see this. Each exam sent to OFA is an extra $10, right? So it's $10 per genetic disease that I want submitted to OFA. Now, the big one, and I don't know how I can drill this into people's heads enough. NCL. People, you have to be doing NCL testing, especially if you have hunt or field bred dogs. Carriers are out there. People are breeding carriers. NCL will kill your dog. There was a huge write-up on it. There's a reason that we really got after people about NCL. There are people out there who are not doing the testing, who are breeding carriers. And the last thing any of us want to see happen is for puppies to be dying from NCL. This is 100% preventable. 100% preventable. We can actually kind of breed away and get rid of NCL if people would be careful with their carriers. Any carrier that is not any breeding or show performance home, whatever you want to call it, should be spayed and neutered so they do not reproduce. Now, some people will say all carriers of NCL should be, spayed or neutered. That's up to the breeder. That's their own personal preference. I have my preferences. I'm not going to interject those into the video. But every single dog, especially the field or the hunt Goldens, they really need to be tested for NCL. Again, it's preventable from having an entire litter die. I don't know how many litters now have been affected by affected dogs, and I will get into carriers affected and clears eventually here. That'll probably be my next video. But again, this is not that expensive. This is not hard to do. UC Davis makes it super easy. Once you get, and I'll go into my account here. We'll just hit all. Come on. Sometimes the internet is slow. There we go. Okay, once you, I did a whole litter here, as you can see. I tested all the puppies in a litter. That's been controversial. People have gotten upset with me for it. But the mom is an IC 1 and IC 2 carrier. This is my own personal preference. I tested all the puppies. Each puppy cost me $112.50 to test. Normally when I do an entire dog and test for an entire dog, it's $220 because I send everything in. Like all these tests that you see were sent into OFA. I can look at the results anytime I want. There it is, comes up. I can look at everything. It's just, this is easier for me. This is for me. Not everybody wants to do this, but you need to be testing your dogs. There's absolutely no reason not to do the genetic testing, just like the other things. I know some people are like, oh, well, you throw the baby out with the bathwater when you do genetic testing. That's not true. The genetic testing is done because these are tests that we can breed away from, or genetics that we can breed away from. You get a carrier. You can breed a carrier. Carriers are easy to breed. I have now successfully bred in my last litter, the litter that I just showed you guys, where I tested every single puppy. I tested every single puppy in this litter, and I successfully bred from having a bitch that has ichthyosis 1 and ichthyosis 2 to 2 females in this litter are ichthyosis 1 and 2 clear. Mom was a carrier, dad was clear, 2 clear daughters. Bingo. I kept my genetics, I bred to a clear. Anyway, I will discuss that in the next video, how you can breed from carrier to clear. But this is how you can fill out a form. Paw print is similar. I use UC Davis because it's easy. Plain and simple, it's cheaper for me, it's easier. That's why I do it. Some people might balk at that, but it's, again, personal preference for the breeder, what they want to do. But this is just giving you more information. I'm going to try to keep everything as informative as I can. Again, guys, if you have questions, ask me. Just ask.